All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and get started. And as you guys start hopping on to the broadcast with me, do me the huge favor by engaging on this post. You can, of course, react to this video, or you can start commenting, whichever of the two works the most convenient for you. Figured I'd hop on. This week we had a little bit of some changes in our regular schedules with our live broadcast. So I still wanted to optimize as much as possible the window that we generally have you guys on here tuned in with us. So today's broadcast, you may have seen it branded as kind of chamber updates or Fact Fridays, details around what is coming up in the month of October that we will be going in detail on. The great thing that I've already done is included a lot of the links inside of this video so that you all have an opportunity to go back and find those links that I reference. It's also your way of finding out additional details about something that I start addressing with you. If you end up seeing this video and I'm no longer live, know that I always do check the comment section on our broadcast to make sure that any of your questions that you may have or comments that you may have that I get a chance to answer for you. Of course, you can always DM the page directly, so that way we have an opportunity to connect with you one-on-one, whether it is in an environment that's publicly facing in the comment section or even privately in the chat section of this page. Now, if and when you do end up watching this, I hope that you're having a great morning, afternoon, or evening, or maybe starting out the week on, or the weekend on an awesome note. I am Juliette Abdel, the Chamber President and CEO for the Westminster Chamber of Commerce. And if you are a first-time viewer on our video, I want you to make sure that you hit the like button, not only on this video, but on our page, more importantly, so you can be updated when we do go live into the future. You can also make sure that you're signed up for those notifications, and you do so by hitting the follow or notifications button on our video. Now, if you're a returning viewer to me, I want to thank you for always engaging with us, for doing so since last year, so last March of 2020 until now. All of these videos are available to you in the video section here on our Facebook page, of course on our YouTube channel. You can watch them to your heart's content on replay at any point in time. And if you ever find something that's of interest more so than something else, if you comment on that video, we'll continue to bring you that type of content. Now, we're on all social media networks. If you are not connected with us on all of our platforms, we highly encourage it, because we often will post different information on those different platforms that are there. So here on Facebook, of course, you're viewing this. We're also on our YouTube channel, Westminster Chamber of Commerce. Sorry for that little snafu. People are already reaching out to us on our Friday, busy day. And then we are also on Instagram, on Twitter at Westy Chamber, on LinkedIn, Westminster Chamber of Commerce. And if you did not already ever go to our website, or maybe haven't had a chance to, that link is also included for you. That's westminsterchamber.biz. Now, when you do hop on here, you have an opportunity to react to this video. You also have the opportunity to share this out so that others in your network can get updated on what's going on with their local chamber. Of course, you can also start engaging with the video. You can react to this video or comment, as our Mayor Pro Tem, David DeMont, has already done so. Good morning to you, Dave. Thank you for joining me this morning. So if you do comment, if you post a question or anything, this is my way of seeing that and engaging with you along the way. And I am totally okay if you choose to see someone else on this broadcast and give them a hard time. Often you guys will do that to one another. So let's quickly just jump right into it. I share that today's broadcast is around chamber updates, specifically because the month of October is incredibly busy. I don't want to lose sight of September. We still have a robust week that's still planned. So I wanted to touch on some of the things that we have coming up that are still kind of left over in the month of September. But most importantly, I wanted to go in detail on some of the deadlines that we have, updates that are out there for the month of October. We have a crazy busy day as it relates, or crazy busy Monday. I'm thrown off because I'm looking for this nomination form. We have a crazy busy month of October, and I want to make sure that you have all of those details and as much of it as possible. So we'll start with the first item, and that is, of course, we're still in the month of September. September will not end without us celebrating First Western Trust Bank. They are actually located in Broomfield. They just opened this newer branch and have not been historically kind of in our immediate metro area. So we'll be celebrating with them this Thursday, September the 30th at 4 o'clock. Now, the event is already created for you on the event page here on our Facebook page. You can also find the direct link on our website. And we do ask for you to RSVP. Our locations always try and provide something for you to snack on while you're there. And then our partner from Sweets of Inspiration Bakery, if you've not already connected or known about them, they are located in South Historic Westminster, and they are actually providing us with the awesome dessert that we have for this event. So the grand opening of First Western Bank Trust, the link is included for you in the chat section. There's absolutely no cost for you to attend, whether or not you are affiliated with our organization. It's just our way of supporting someone that is new, that is expanding into or around our community. In this case, it's around our community, but Broomfield is literally a road away from us. So that was one of the things that I wanted to touch on. The second thing that I wanted to touch on that is ending in September is the nominations around our awards gala. And I have had a lot of questions as it relates to what are the Westminster Chamber Awards, what do those include? The direct details on all of the types of award categories that we have can actually be found on the westminsterchamber.biz/awards page. Now, when you go over to the westminsterchamber.biz awards page, you're going to find a breakdown of all the categories of the awards that we have. And we do award a variety of businesses. So we have your small business, your large business. You also have businesses that may not be independently owned, right? So when you think of those larger corporations, or maybe they have different locations all over the nation, that is kind of the national multinational award category. We also have awards that actually support individuals that are in the community. And often these are branded as our Westie Achiever Awards. Sometimes there are Chairman's Choice Awards and even our Legacy Awards, but these are individuals that are going above and beyond, and they're not only in their daily lives, but in our business community specifically. They're doing things to move the needle on business, to support our businesses in the area, and so we like to recognize them as well. We also have categories that include our nonprofit partners, and this is an opportunity to recognize community organizations or nonprofits that have continued to provide a great service to our community at large. One of our newer award categories that you'll find in the Chamber, westminsterchamber.biz award section is actually the Excellence in Business Award. And I always like to pause here and kind of explain this a little bit more. Most of our categories that we have do have specific criteria, and that's why I've included them into the chat section for you to find. The criteria actually walks you through whether it's a limitation on the number of employees that they have, on the number of locations, where they're based, but it also has that where they're based, the restriction touches on the counties that they may be restricted to as well. So it's not necessarily just statewide. So that newer category that we had, this Excellence in Business category that we really created honestly last year, is for any business that is connected to the community but not directly located here. And this actually fills a huge need because we do have a lot of partners. Most of them are going to be in Westminster, but we do have a great deal that are not directly in our city or not directly in our county, but are doing some amazing things and are servicing our community in such a great way. And so all of the details of kind of what qualifies in which award category, what criteria, all of that can actually be found in the awards section on our website. Again, that website link, it's displayed right now for you, but it's also in the chat section. So why I mentioned it to you is that we actually opened award category nominations it was probably the 1st of September, and we are running it until the 30th of September. So there's only a few days left, just under a week left on these awards. If you were interested in submitting, and you can submit nominations not just for someone that you might know or some business that you visited with that did an awesome job, but you can also submit award categories for businesses that are your own. So businesses that you run, that you're connected with. And sometimes we get that question of, is that at a detriment if I do that? Will it not be taken into consideration fully? Self-nominations are actually highly encouraged when we talk about awards. And we actually encourage that because there are a number of businesses in and around our community, and so many that service us, that there is actually no way of us knowing physically all the accomplishments of every single one of our businesses. So the self-nomination comes into play in that way. It makes sure that we are able to see some of those successes that you guys are doing, see some of those achievements and accomplishments that you've made. And the main way you can do that is by nominating your individual category or your individual business through that award form. The form, it takes, I promise you, less than probably 10 minutes to complete. It is all online. So in the past, we've had an online, we've had where you can print it and email it. It's all housed online. It's a super easy process. You follow the JOT form so that you can find it, which really takes me into the month of October. And what do we have around the month of October? October is an incredibly busy month, and I don't need to really emphasize this enough. Elections come up in the month of November, so we always have a crazy busy October with trying to connect those candidates, those campaigns, and individuals with you, our community members, so that when you receive those ballots in the mail, that you're able to see not only who's running for specific offices, but what ballot items might be on there, what other districts are there. And so it's very important that you're informed and that you're educated about those candidates. And so the month of October really blossoms into a lot of our advocacy efforts. Throughout the year, we're always doing things. So if you tuned in with us last week during Small Business Week, you probably saw one of our Government Affairs Committee's programs that we have, our legislative tour that we held with State Representative Lindsay Doherty. We do those on a quarterly basis. We're consistently advocating at local, state, and federal level, but really October is designed especially ahead of that election curve. So we're transitioning into the month of October right now, so I can give you those updates. I really went in detail, and thank you so much, Emilio. I see you on here. Good morning to you. I also see our past board chairman, Brian Head. Thank you both for coming on here. End up talking so much that I have to take my water consistently. So we talked about the award categories and the best way to submit the awards. Self-nominations are okay, that the deadline is approaching on the 30th, and that you can find out more details and information on the Chamber website. Those links are included for you in the chat section, where we will award those awards. So you are filling out those nominations so that our nominations committee can review them, and they review them on a rolling basis, but they'll review them until the deadline and then ultimately make a decision on all of those categories. And so a lot of times when we send out these details to folks and we're like, hey, you've been nominated, or so-and-so has nominated you, they really want to know, did I win? What chances do I have, etc. I actually have no idea. I don't know if you've won or not. The committee is the one that moves this through the process. They're the ones that review everything. And then at the very end, then they let me know so I can order the awards. So there is not a way for me to let you know. And then the secondary part of that is we want this reaction of shock and excitement at the events that we hold. So this link that I've displayed for you at the bottom of this video actually touches on our Chamber Awards Gala, which is coming up. It's coming up for you on October the 8th. That is a Friday evening. The doors do open at 6 o'clock. We've had so many requests over the year about, staying at the same place that the event is. This has continued to be a request that we've had over the years. And now that we're hosting it with our partners over at the Denver Marriott for our second year in a row, you do have the option of staying, if you choose to, at the hotel. So if you have a great time and you want to turn it into a staycation, or you want to take that time to kind of bask in the evening and then maybe not worry about getting home or anything, there are specific room rates that are out there for attendees that are there. Our Chamber Awards Gala this year is themed Wild Wild Westminster. So it is a pun or a play on the words Wild Wild West with Wild Wild Westminster. And what that theme means is that it's really country chic or Western. Some people will ask, why a theme? Because it's just fun. It helps with us tying things in and the decor. You do not have to participate in the theme if you don't want to. Just make sure that the event is cocktail attire. This is a gala. We want you to kind of be coming out there aware that you can either be in that theme wear or you can be in something that's cocktail attire. Again, the awards is an opportunity for us to come together to celebrate the spirit of business. We do so over dinner. We've got live entertainment by 5-Star Entertainment. It's held over with our partners at the Denver Marriott. There's amazing dinner, an awesome photographer with a photographer photo booth. And then this year, and I'm going to give you the teaser, we do have an auction. It's actually a celebrity auction. So stay tuned as we start posting about that and what the heck does a celebrity auction mean, how you can get engaged in it. So this takes me over to kind of the next few things that we have in October. So outside of our gala, we also touched that October really kicks us off toward our elections. We will be having our ballot items discussed with you. So we will have one of our attorneys present with you to really go in detail on those different ballot items that will be asked of you on the ballot in November. And we'll go in detail about what those each mean, what the implications are, benefits that might be there, etc. But we really want you to understand it because there's a number of them that are coming up from our local city council that's voted on. So they are going to be on the ballot this year. And we just want you to be aware of what they are, but more importantly, what they actually mean, right? What do those words on the paper really going in detail mean? Now, that will be in the form of a live broadcast, so stay tuned for those details. It will be on the similar platform like this on our YouTube and our Facebook, where we have kind of the ballot items discussed for you. So make sure you're staying in the know, so that way when we post about them and you see that subject line that says ballot items, that you hit the get reminder. So every time that we actually schedule these types of videos, you have the option of hitting the get reminder on it. And what it does is if you are on your Facebook or you maybe have your tablet or any other social device that you're logged in, you'll get a quick reminder that the event is approaching. So that way you can kind of wrap up what you're doing and you hop on over. So when you see those videos that we post ahead of time, make sure that you hit get reminder so you can be alerted and you can hop on when it's those ballot items that we touch on. We do have a number of candidate forums that are coming up. So of course we have our city council race that's presently underway, and this is for council positions, so general council seats that are there. It's also for that mayor position. So if any of the candidates are running for our mayoral seat, that is also a part of it as well. Now, a few different broadcasts ago, we really went in detail about the appointment process. We touched about the recall election that was going on. We also touched about the vacancies that were there and transitions from our mayor pro tem to mayor and our existing counselor that was voted into mayor pro tem. So a lot of changes that kind of took place. But now that we're coming to elections, those are really going to come up and manifest themselves in those candidates that are running for office. And so what we've done, when you go to our page, and again, you can go to our website and find all of these details. I have all the links for you directly there. But there is a candidate forum that we are hosting, and it is in person. We're doing this one in person specifically with a meet and greet. So it allows you an opportunity to meet those candidates that are running for office in kind of an informal way. So you get to see who they are, maybe chat with them, pick up any of their information, whether it's literature, signage, things like that that you may want to use at your discretion. But the details of which of the campaigns have confirmed, so which of the candidates are able to attend or are willing to attend our event, that is included on this link. So when you go to it, it'll actually show you which the campaigns have confirmed with us and will be present. Again, we'll start out with the meet and greet, and then we'll move into our traditional forums. Now, our forums, the in-person one is held over at our city council hall. So the city chamber that's there at the city hall, so city administrative building off of 92nd, so 4800 West 92nd, that is where we host this event. So we'll have the meet and greet, and then we'll transition into our forum. The forum is directed by each and every one of you. So if you are one of our engaged folks, you are the ones controlling the dialogue behind what is going on. And really what I mean by that is the questions that we ask these candidates, they're not getting it ahead of time. So a lot of times I get this concern from folks about, okay, you're hosting a candidate forum, you know, are those questions, do they have it ahead of time? Are they able to research it beforehand and they're just coming with a pre-scripted? They're not coming with anything pre-scripted. So the questions open up for every single one of you to submit to us. You can submit it in two ways. So we actually allow you to submit us any questions via email. You also are able to submit it to us on a text message line. Now, here's the thing. The text message line doesn't open until 7 days before the event. So it'll open 7 days before the event. We'll share what the line number is so that you can text us in your questions. If you're not mobile friendly or you don't really feel like texting it in and you want to submit it via email, you can do so. And those are the questions that we use to ask the candidates. Now, if we have a lot of questions in our short period of time and we don't have enough time to ask all the questions, those questions are carried over until our following forum so that we can ask them to the candidates. So this does take us over into when the next forum is. For our city council, the next forum outside of the in-person one on October 13th is going to be the virtual one that we have on Saturday, the 16th. So we are doing a virtual and we are doing it in person. So if you are someone who may be tied up at home, you're tied up with kids, you may be running late in work, you cannot make the in-person, whatever reason, you're not feeling well, etc., there is an opportunity for you to engage with us on our virtual one. Our virtual one, of course, again, the information is included in the chat section for you right here. And you can find the details on it as far as which campaigns have confirmed to attend it. It will follow a very similar structure in that the questions that are asked are those that are pre-submitted to us, those that are emailed or texted our way 7 days before those events happen. Anything that we ran out of time in asking in the in-person session will be carried over, of course, to our Saturday forum. So know that that is an opportunity. If for whatever reason we run out of questions, and honestly, I can tell you that if you have a question, you have to run to submit that. So don't wait on it. Once we open the text line, ask that question immediately, because we get so many questions that come through that sometimes we're not able to get to all of them. And I don't want you to feel like we're not asking your question for whatever reason. We have systems in place and we ask those questions to make sure that everyone has a fair opportunity to answer it, and that we can get to everyone as much as possible. So when that question line opens up, when that email is available for you, make sure that you submit in your question so that we can get it and we can ask it. One thing that I will tell you is that if there is a question that comes across toward one specific candidate, the question will be asked of everyone, okay? So there is no specific targeted question. Instead, the question is asked of everyone equally and fairly, so that way they all have an opportunity at answering that and give you an opportunity to learn more about them individually. So those are the candidate forums, right? It's the city council candidate forums. We've just touched on for October the 13th. We've also touched on them for October the 16th. I've also gone in detail a little bit with you about how we'll do a ballot overview. So of the ballot issues that are going to be asked of you. So the questions that are coming up on the ballots that you'll receive, we'll be having a live broadcast so that we go in detail on each of those topics and you're able to understand it more fully and kind of more clearly. Okay, so that will be coming up, of course, during that week as well. Stay tuned for the video that pops up here on our Facebook that allows you to hit the get reminder. So that way, when we do go live with those ballots initiatives or ballot questions that are asked, that you get an idea about why they're being asked of you and more importantly, what those means. So the other forum that we have, of course, is going to be around our candidates for our school district. So of course, Westminster is served by 3 different school districts. We are served by our Adams 12 school districts, our Westminster Public Schools, and our Jefferson County Public School District. So 3 school districts allow for a number of candidates, as you can imagine, to be a part of our forums. So this year, what we're doing for our school districts is going to be a virtual forum. So we are allowing them the same opportunity to still be able to connect with you all, but we are only able to do that in a virtual format. So if you have any questions about this, you can ask us. One of the main reasons we are doing the virtual is because ballots are actually mailed around that time period. So around the week of October the 11th, they're in the mail, you're receiving them. And so we want you to have that freshly in front of you as these forums are taking place. So you're not thinking back, you know, in your mind about, gosh, what was it, like 3 weeks ago that I went to something, or 2 weeks ago that I attended something, but you're actually able to have that ballot in front of you. And as you have that ballot open up in front of you, you're able to attend those forums and see these videos and really be able to make an informed decision right then and there. And so this actually works out so well that the timing of when we have these forums, when we have the discussion on the ballot items, is around the time that the ballots are actually mailed to you. I went in on a lot of detail. So if you are just now hopping on with me, Juliette Abdel here with the Westminster Chamber, giving you an update on all things for the remainder of the month of September in terms of programs and events that we have. And then looking at October, what is coming up. So very similar to our city council forums, our school district forum page, which the link is included for you right here. It's also included in the chat section. So this page does have the details around which campaigns are attending, so who has confirmed with us so far, and it also has the details on the time frame. Now, again, these pages are updated as we receive confirmation. So know that if you don't see a campaign on there, they may confirm with us, you know, in the next couple of days. So keep checking back to see who's on there. If you're connected to a campaign and they haven't registered or confirmed, or you're not seeing their name, maybe nudge them so that way they can respond on anything. But most of the candidates, as they confirm, those pages are updated for you. It's no different for our candidates that are running for the school districts as well. Of course, we will follow very similar to the question process that we do on the city council forums for these school districts as well. So we will open up the text line a week beforehand. We will open up the question line. So if you have a question, if you have a comment that you want to be heard, make sure that you send that in so that way we can get it as early as possible. So your question is one of the first few that we are able to ask. We always have people that submit in a lot of questions, and I want to make sure that if you have something that you get it out there for us to be able to ask it of the candidates. I've gone in detail about kind of how those are reviewed and the method for being asked, of course, of all of the candidates. The details you can find all on our website directly if you go to westminsterchamber.biz. And then, of course, if you're interested in finding out what other programs or events are transpiring in our community or in our city of Westminster here with the Westminster Chamber, our events calendar is an ideal location for you to find out all of that information for you. That events calendar is also included. And then the last thing that I really wanted to touch on, I know I'm slightly over, but I always give us some time so I can have this kind of queue up and let you know that we're live and everything. One of the last things that I wanted to touch on, of course, is going to be around Small Business Week. We had a great Westminster Small Business Week. I want to take the time to thank all of our small businesses that did participate, whether it was in our live broadcast or created some promo or sent us those promo posts. We were able to outreach, market, and promote our businesses. And then, of course, we were able to also educate you. So if you did not get the webinars and you are just now hearing about this for the very first time, our small business webinars are our educational opportunity, and there is absolutely no cost for you to get it. You just need to provide us your email. So if you're on our email subscription, you'll get this directly to you. If you're not and you want to be added, DM the page or type it into the comment section so we can add you in. But we did release our on-demand webinars, which are available for you to watch at any point in time. And they're really guided by each and every one of our business members. Those on-demand educational webinars focused, we had 2 of them that we were able to release for you during Small Business Week. The first one was the roadmap to recovery. So of course, now that we are in this hybrid environment, what are the steps to get where I need to go for my business to thrive? So that is kind of the information around the roadmap to recovery. And then the second one is around anxiety in the workplace or anxiety in your business. It is an entirely stressful time for a lot of not only our business professionals and workers, but of course our owners as well, and managing a business in a continually changing environment. And so those 2 webinars, the roadmap to recovery and the anxiety kind of in the workplace, are at no cost to any business, whether or not you're connected to our organization or to the chamber. Make sure that we have your email so you can get access to this. And we'll probably make another post about this so that you can follow that and be able to drop us the email. But know that if you're on our email communications, you'll get that directly in your inbox. And if you're not, you can always DM the page. We'll be able to pull that information as far as your emails are concerned and be able to send you the on-demand webinars. So I know I'm over on time, but there were a lot of updates that I wanted to share with you as it relates to some of the programs and events that we have. Of course, as an organization, we do so much behind the scenes, but this is kind of our forward facing that I wanted to bring to you. Our candidate forums are in October for our school districts and city council. Our awards gala is at the start of October. Of course, award nominations are open until the 30th. We've got a grand opening celebration on the 30th. We even have our board of directors nominations are open until the middle part of October. So middle to end October, you will have an opportunity if you are yourself are a leader or you know someone that we would benefit from their expertise on our board. Those forms are also available for you on our website directly, so you can apply. There's a great nomination process that we have in place, including a committee of external folks that help us with this process. But if you have any questions or comments, always share them our way so we can address them for you. There are a number of programs that still continue to run, from our Dine Local program to our Get Social with our ambassadors to our business networking groups. And stay tuned as we release information about one of our newer business development and branding groups that we have. So very excited for this cohort, and you guys are going to be amazed at these people, but more importantly, you're going to want to know when you can sign up and when you can reap the benefits of this professional development program that we have kicking off. So I've gone over on time, but I appreciate all of you that were able to kind of hop on here with me. I saw most of you that have engaged with the video. If you end up watching this on replay, give me that hashtag replay. And I hope you have an amazing rest of your Friday and a great start to your weekend. We will be back on here for a live broadcast with the mayor on Monday. So stay tuned for that. And let us know between now and then if you have any questions at any point in time. Best email for us is info@westminsterchamber.biz. Thank you.